Hi guys. It's kind of cold out here, but I'm going to try it anyway because I haven't gotten a lot of walking done. And my body hasn't been cooperating. Nothing like having your back hurt. You know, when someone says their back hurts, I don't know what that means. Well, I do now. Of course, there's different kinds of back pains, I'm sure. I got a back pain and I got a leg pain. Brother. Anyway, it's cold out here. I don't know what the temperature is. Ow. So, I got on here to complain. Have to talk to somebody, right? No, I'm sorry. Try not to do that. Trying to figure out a lot of things right now. A lot of birds flying around. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. How many of us really do that? Do what we want to do? I mean, really. It's good that some people get to do that. And then actually figuring out what is it that you want to do. You know? Got to stop and think about that. What do we want to do? Nothing comes easy. You have to endeavor. I'm not real good at that. I am sometimes. I mean, I look back at some of the things I've done and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. No, I'm talking in a good way. I did crazy. I was compelled, is all I can say. I was macrameing, okay? I was making all these plant hangers and different things and designing in my head, and I don't know. This one trip might have happened before I got really crazy, but let's see. I went to Saturday Market, okay, and looked at all the things they had out there. I had to have gone. I don't even know if I had gone. I know, I'm stopping and thinking here, pondering. It was a long time ago. As I'm thinking about my story, I need to think about that. I went to church. I went to a church meeting and learned how to do square knots, which is your basics for macrame. And I'd been around all these people that knew how to macrame, were doing pretty things, and I was wishing I could, you know. And once I went to that meeting, and I came home, I went nuts. I mean, I went nuts. Macrameing. And I'm not sure of a time frame. But the story I was going to tell you is that on a Sunday, I decided I was going to Saturday Market. That coming Saturday, okay? I didn't have anything to sell. Not that I remember. I don't know how the hell I did all that. I took over my mom and dad's garage. My house had burned down, and we had moved in with mom and dad, me and Jess. And I lost a lot of stuff in that fire. Macrame stuff. I mean, you think of macrame as just knots, but I was trying to follow my compulsion, I guess. I was designing. I didn't have anything to begin with, and I don't know how the heck I did this in 1 week. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do not think I'd even been to Saturday Market. You know, I didn't know where to begin or anything. So I had to do everything, meaning contact the people at Saturday Market, get a booth, pay for that, then I had to have a display. And I had to have something to display. I mean, just picture it if you can. You know, those of you who are artists out there who went around selling your stuff might understand, because that's what I did. I love my stuff that much that I was out there at fairs and, you know, little local things. But I was out there with my stuff, trying to sell it. I learned a lot. I really did learn a lot through those experiences. But this was in Portland, okay? Portland, Oregon. I lived in Vancouver, right across the river. But I didn't go into Portland. I didn't know my way around. It's right down there on the waterfront. It's really cool. And I went by myself. I made a display. I don't know how I did it all. In other words, I had to get the wood, and what I did was like you see, I have to think, I have to breathe. Swing sets. You know, the A-frame? I did an A-frame, and then I had macrame hangers hanging down in the middle of it. So here I've got macrame hangers that I'm creating. I believe I actually dyed the jute, but maybe, you know, like I bought jute and then I dyed it. And then I had 25 hangers going at one time in Mom and Dad's garage. And no sooner could I get started on one, I was dreaming up another one. So I was obsessed. Is that the right word, obsessed? Yeah, I've got to start wearing my teeth. Maybe things would be better if I do that. Just have to make myself do it. So anyway, I know I'm going to recap. But you know, you have to have somewhere to go. And I had to get a hold of the Saturday market people. And then I had to have something, like I said, a way to display it, something to display, money to give change with, pack up my car, something that I had to have had a station wagon, because I don't know how I would have hauled that. So I had my A-frame, which was out of 2x4s. Wish I could find those pictures. But I don't believe I'll find anything. I would have to depend on people that know me. If you guys had any pictures, that would be cool. I've lost basically everything. Throughout the years, there was a flood once that took our pictures away. And then on the computer, you just lose something on the computer and you've lost it all, unless you've got everything backed up. The computer just came along not that long ago, really. Meaning in my lifetime. So anyway, I was there. Saturday. I was at Saturday market with my wares for sale. And it was Easter weekend. I didn't realize that, you know. Because Jessica went with Mom and Dad and everybody else to Grandma Smith's house for Easter. And I should have been there. But no, my head was always somewhere else. Yeah, I should have went to White Salmon and been with the family. That is that fateful night that I met Marco. A whole nother path down the road. In other words, an obsession. And I made a lot of decisions because of obsessions. don't do that. But I was compelled to do that. I was compelled to go to Saturday market. And I'm just trying to remember why I would even think about doing that unless I had something for sale. I might have. I tend to go overboard. When I get into something, I kind of go overboard. It's like right now, I'm gonna make those bowl cozies, okay? Well, I did buy the materials a long time ago, like last year, because I was gonna make all this stuff. Not even last year, but maybe halfway through the year. I had all these, it was like in February, March. I bought all these materials to make things with. The cozies and some, I had to turn around. There's a car. I'll go around the car. The hanging towel holders, or the kitchen towels that hang over the oven. I'm not really liking the design that I was planning on using. I like it, but I don't. And the reason I don't is because that people, when they grab onto the towel, they're jerking on it, they're pulling on it. So they're making it not stay pretty looking. I want it to look pretty. Anyway, so there's got to be a better way. Because what it is I've got a strap, trying to think of what you would call it, a band. It's like a 1.5-inch band probably that goes across the front, and you the towel feeds down through it and it holds it on. So I just figured a person would take their wet hands and put it on the towel and dry them, and the towels still look pretty. Not in this house. Anyway, I've got to find a better design. These guys didn't have their lights on the other night, but now they're home. Maybe they will. Seems like maybe nobody was home. And these guys' house looks really nice. Anyway. Yeah, my chest feels a little weird right now. Maybe it's from breathing in this cold air. My hand's cold. Yeah, I know. I took a hit. That's what's wrong. I took a hit and then came out into cold air. Anyway, I know. I traveled down a path and I never made it anywhere. I started doing my cozies, okay, the other night. I had already cut them out, and I infused I think it's an interfacing. I don't know if it's an interfacing. I don't know what you call it. It's like getting quilt batting, but it's thin. And this time I got it to where I just iron it on, so it holds everything in place. It's kind of cold out here. Anyway, point is, you do things in, when you do one thing for yourself, then you're just doing one thing. But then when you get into production, a long time ago I used to do that. I made like halter tops. I made doll clothes. Anyway, you cut out a lot of things instead of just one. and then you put it into an assembly line, which I did learn about the assembly line when I worked at Jensen's. That was a sewing factory. They made swimming suits. I don't know what else they did, but they made swimming suits. And that was a little over 40 years ago. Because my daughter was only like 2 when I worked there. She's 47, I believe. So that would be, I'm not sure, 45? Yeah, 45 years ago. Well, I'm walking pretty good. Maybe that'll help my hip and my buttocks. It's been a painful week or 2. I texted with Nathan. He said he still got his pain, so this is something else. And his pain isn't sciatica, and I think this is. I don't know. Maybe all those toxins got in there and built up too. Who knows? These medications I've been taking. I don't want to go on the sidewalk. Just walking. I know I'm not doing a whole lot of talking. Sometimes maybe that's better. But it does, it hurts. But not so bad. Not like it's been, oh my God, I couldn't even move. And it wasn't I don't know. It was weird. It was really weird. It's like your whole muscle, the whole thing that all joins together somehow. Yeah, the whole thing was pulling. I didn't bring a Kleenex with me, of course. I was going to go back to that. I need to do that too, that song. I was supposed to go back to something else probably. But anyway, that song, Girl with No Eyes, who can she be? There's more words. So I should go and write them down. Yeah, it's a really good song. And then so I found out I think they do Whitebird. That's a good song. So, or maybe I'm getting the 2 songs confused. No, I saw Whitebird on there. I'm gonna have to go in. Ah. Okay. I remember some things now. Yeah. I was always into trying to sell my stuff, trying to figure out a way to make money without going to work. Which going to work is a lot easier, guys. So, I can hear that song playing in my head. Okay, let me see. Too much glare. I gotta find a Kleenex. Yeah. My eyes too. Okay. Back in those good old days. See, I've traveled way off and then I'm going to circle back around. One of my creative sprees, oh my. I had a nice 3-bedroom house that I was renting, you know, double car garage, nice big, well, not big, kitchen dining area together with a bar in between, you know. That was the style back then. Jesse was 2, so that would be 45 years ago. Over in the Orchards area in Washington, over by Vancouver. Okay. Made my eyes water, I guess, being out there. Yeah, so I went crazy with the macrame. I think what happened. So I moved in with Mom and Dad after my house burned down. My house was full of art, my work. And I had just gone and gotten all kinds of macrame material, different colors, beautiful. See, I had to go search back in my memory a little further because that was before I moved in with Mom and Dad, because that's what burnt down. Beautiful stuff. The height of my creativity. I had plant hangers that had lamps in the top. And I had one particular one, but not back then, that I did that was huge. It was like a hanging table that had a plant hanger up in the top of it. It was all natural jute, and it was all like, I didn't join in pieces. It was all start to finish, so there was a whole lot of pulling of rope through stuff. But that was a different time frame. Point is, being creative and trying to sell your stuff. I had people loving my stuff, but then I couldn't keep up with what they would want, and they always wanted different colors than what I had. And I mean, those are lessons you learn. And then another lesson you learn is don't be so detailed. You know, you can have beauty and have it be simple. And that's what you need to do if you're trying to make any money. You know, and then the other thing you need to do, this is something else, guys, and I need to do it, is teach. There's a way to make money by teaching. I just don't know how you do that either. But instead of, you know, just trying to make my stuff and make it just my name and all that stuff, I could teach. I'm a teacher. I could teach sewing too. I'll put my glasses back on, hide my puppy eyes. Wearing glasses makes your eyes puppy too. I learned that by watching something I don't remember, but they mentioned it. It was like a detective type thing. She could tell that person did not wear glasses all the time because the eye area was not puppy. Somebody was trying to pretend they were wearing glasses, you know. Anyway, doesn't really matter to me. Christmas is almost here. So I started out talking about a lot of different things, and one was, and I think they're still connected, I started putting my cozies together. My other ones that I didn't have in a bag. So I had left my ones that I made in a bag with my girlfriend across the state, excuse me, because I'm about 4 hours away. Come over here and show you what I'm doing here. I need a tripod and a way to do stuff. Okay, is that on? I gotta turn it off. I gotta plug it in. Oh, what? Okay, there you go. I'm gonna put that right there. You guys don't be messing with my thing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, I came over here last night. My cord had been, someone had ran through it like a dog or something, and pulled it out of the socket and made it go crooked. But anyway, I'm crooked. A crooked little man. Went a crooked mile. Okay, I'm gonna turn the phone around so you can see what I'm looking at, okay? And these were all, I already cut them apart, okay? So, what can you see? Let's see if you can see. All right, so there are a stack of these. I will be sewing a dart on this other side over here. So you put, these have 4 darts in them. So I'm gonna start on that. But otherwise, last night, I had these all joined together. See these extra threads? I just went ahead and left them on instead of trying to cut the threads and start a new one, cut the threads, start a new one. And so then here's, just fold these in half and do a dart on each end, which is a 1 inch wide and 2 inch long. Okay. So I've got these that I need to do. And then this is a cozy over here. And then where's my other one? I've got a dragonfly one here. Let's see if I can show you. Dragonflies. Anyway, I like this one. And it's flannel. And it needs to be washed. But you can tell we use it. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make cozies. And I think I left the box. Well, I'll show you the one that I did make and the one that I was telling you about. I don't like what happens to the handle. Can you see that? Okay, so it needs to be washed, but it gets used. And I was in a hurry when I was having this brainstorm, and so I cut a terry cloth hand towel in half. And then this needs to be washed anyway. I'm going to take it off. So let's see if I can show you. So this is like, you can't even hardly tell, but those are chickens. So what I learned is I've got to find a different way to put it on the oven rack. This has a strap. And then you just feed the towel through it, and then it, loops around that. But then when they pull on them, it just distorts them all. So, not the same. What is today anyway? Monday. It's hard to keep track of the days. Yeah, I feel like I do need to eat something. It's like my body wants to eat me or something. See what I can come up with. Not going to be able to see it. Can you see in there? There's a deer. That's me. Can you see it? What is that? old white house, deer and barn, more deer, old tractor. I know, I'm having a weird video day. Probably should just stop. But that's what I need to do. Let me see, I can just show you. Oh, I can take some pins out. And I'll just make it a square. I can't do that with that one, but I can with these. Just taking the pins out. Okay, there's that one. Let's see what else. Anyway, I need to come up with a good way to put the towel hanger on the oven. I think I'm going to make some of those pillows like I got from the hospital, but these are already cut. Okay, so there's the bone.
The moments that you spend outside really count so that you can make the best memories.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see that? That's the material that's going to be on my cozy. Okay, so I've got one of those. And then some of these are chickens. So these will be things you can put your bowls in. And then here's it's got deer and old things, old barns and houses, but in a different color. There's a truck. I don't know if you can see it. And more deer. So, not bad. Anyway, bowl cozy's coming up. Maybe. I got back on it. I was excited to find out that my sewing machine works. In other words, I didn't even really know if I knew how to thread it very good, but I just went by what it should be. And it worked. And I finally got the thread. I got the right pair of glasses, because I've got all these glasses with different strengths, right? And they did my glasses wrong this last time, so I can't see very well out of the new prescription. So I'm not sure if this is the old prescription or the older, but I can see better. So I finally got the needle threaded. Okay, I couldn't thread the needle. I could not see the hole to thread the needle. Sad situation. Okay, anyway, I'm just being sarcastic. Let's see, do I have anything else? I think those are going to be my three main things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I have those ones that are on my ad. There's some of the, like the solar system or something. And yeah, that's all I've got is these three. Actually, I have some material I have not cut up yet. Let me see if I can find it. Being able to maneuver and to even bend over has been impossible. I am doing better even though I'm complaining. Let's see if I can find my material. I think it might be back in this room. I'm not sure. Because I was going to move some stuff out. Let's see, out of the way, you know. Oh. I must have put it in my room, in the other room. For right now, I'm kind of occupying 2 rooms because of the necessity of the rails to get out of the bed. All right, so there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Let's see. So I got some kitchen towels. Can you see that? I should probably just do it over here so I can see what you can see. Anyway, they're kitchen towels. They're not as thick as the Terry hand towels for the bathroom. You know, these are a little easier to deal with. And I've since decided to do them differently than I was going to do them. So instead of making pleats in them, I'm just going to gather them. I'm just going to make it easy. Because really, once you get your machine, if it'll do it, it'll probably do a lot more than I know about. But what I mean is without having problems. Right now, it is sewing beautifully, so that'll be good. In other words, the stitch is really good. Top and bottom, you know, you don't see. Those of you who sew know what I'm talking about. That's what I've been afraid of, is what if the tension gets off, then the stitches get off. And this is just sewing really good. The thing I've got to figure out is how to control the speed, because it'll go really fast. I don't know if it's supposed to, but it will, you know, it will. It's funny, I bought some blue ones and some of these red colored ones. Let me just turn this light on. Excuse my room. So like, I have these pleated. But I'm going to tear them apart and just gather them. That'll be so much easier. Making it fit, trying to get it to fit into the top part. So here's other pieces of that stuff. So I was going to show you the material. That's why I came in here. Let me see what's down here. See if you can see it. I don't know. I don't know if those will be cool or not. I also thought about aprons. I don't know about that either. If I can find a simple, something that's, see, when you got, when you get creative, then you got to figure, oh, I want something cute, pretty material, you know, nice simple design, something easy and functional. So yeah, I've got a lot of criteria I'm going to look for. So here's another one. But I think these will make cute cozies, if nothing else. The bowl cozies. And these are, they're 3-yard pieces at Walmart. And then here's a, you know, like a bandana material. I would like to make, and I need to remember that, I would like to make bonnets like they wear at the hospital. The whole floor was wearing them. And I've been wanting one to go to sleep at night, to put my hair up in, so I can just put it in a bonnet. Okay, so here's my bed. For instance, here are can you see it? There's a stack of these. Waiting for me to put the interfacing. It's not interfacing. I want to call it that. Anyway, something like batting, but you iron it on. There's a cow. When it hit just right, you had a nice cow. So, those are just some of the things I had in the works. But I just want something easy. Easy peasy. That's the important thing. I think I need these. These are those, the top parts. Let's see, I can still do the top part, but I need to maybe do 2 buttons or a zipper. Zip it on. I thought about that. Nevertheless, that's what that is. That top part of the towel. Because you have to hook it to something. I was sitting at my sister's house while she worked last winter before Christmas. So I went and spent Christmas with Jessica and the kids. There's some kitties. Oh, it just makes me do that every time I see the kitties. Kitties. Pretty little kitties. Okay, so I'm going to have to buy some more of the kitties and the puppy dogs. But I think, if I was to have a whole stock of these, I still wouldn't go out like I did before. I went out to little fairs. You know how each little community has their own little days and they have people get a spot and sell their wares. Anyway. Kind of crazy. I don't have enough batting. That's what we're going to call it, is batting. I don't have enough batting to do any more cozies. That's why I have that stack right there that's not got stuff on it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Yes, I believe in Christ. Now these days I don't want to say happy holidays because you might think that I have a problem with that, but I don't. Not at all. What is that? Broncos. So that's Denver. Oh, it's pretty. Okay. I'm a material freak, huh? Material nut. I usually have a stash of material somewhere. If I have a place. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't want to go into production. But while I'm here, I just as well. Since I've got my sewing machine that I went out of way getting. My sewing machine and you can't stay in one place too long without putting down roots. You start putting down roots. Ooh, that would go good together. Let's see. That blue right there with this blue. You see it? Anyway, it's hard. Let's see if I put it here. It's the blue that I'm talking about. Let's fold this over. The blue with the blue. I think that's pretty. Anyway, I need some good patterns. There's a couple different functional aprons. Like the apron that I made a long time ago. You just step into it. I mean, not step into it, but like it buttoned up the front, and it had pockets, one on either side, and then you just put it on like an outer shirt. Maybe I'll have to try to figure that out, because that would work. Just something to put on real easy and take off real easy. And it covers you so you don't get dirty.
You want to commission an impact study on property we own for $1 billion project, 30 months in the works.
You guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll talk to you again. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do as far as my channel goes. I did start a second. I didn't do it on purpose, okay? I think they hear me, and it was a while back that it actually started, but I've never known how to get on it and use it, and I just started putting videos over there. And if I knew how to, like, take videos off of this one to put onto that one, that'd be cool. You know, then I could just get everything to do with my precious marijuana in one place. And then have those who are looking at scriptures, you know, not worry about that. However, I feel the scriptures are for everybody. So the other thing too is what I did was I put one video of me putting or showing my medicine. What I did is on there, and then there's one of me making Rick Simpson oil, or part of the process of Rick Simpson oil, and then I'm gonna put things on there that I'm gonna sell. So that's still a conflict, but not really. Just different things that I've got that I need to sell, which could be personal items as well as things that I made, homemade, you know. My ointment is homemade. It's a body preserve. That's the way I see it. We're gonna preserve our bodies. You know, pretty important stuff. Really, serious. Still very scary. But I know from different experiences that I've had that it goes into your system. And if it's in your bloodstream, then it's going everywhere. And if it can kill cancer cells, you know, even if we're taking a chance on it doing it, but I've just seen too many good things to not think that that would be true too. So, anyway, the other channel is Lose Touch at Lose Touch. and I don't know how you get there. And so maybe there's a way when you get on my one channel, or you go by the links on here, because I'm going to start doubling up on my links, but one is going to the other channel. So one is just Lose Touch, and it's a capital letter at the beginning of blue and a capital letter at the beginning of touch, and it is apostrophe S, so Lose Touch. But my other one is all little letters, Lose Touch at Lose Touch. But I don't know the rest of it, if that's at youtube.com or what. Okay, because they are probably joined together, I would think. Like on mine, all I've got to do is switch channel to go from one to the other. But I don't know about you guys. Anyway, have a great day. Above all you guys, especially my children.